Let's talk equipment. Chairs are as specific as the individual using them, right? I mean, when it comes down to it, everybody's got their own setup. They're going to do their own thing. Give me an idea of kind of what you see and what's out there as far as chair accessibility for your players.
Well, we have, as you said, a chair is like a good pair of shoes for an individual. And so it's a very individualistic thing for them to select the type of chair that they bowl in. Now, that may not be the chair that they use every day, but it'll be a chair that's comfortable for them to bowl. What you won't see today are power chairs. We have individuals that bowl in power chairs. So those are very unique in terms of mobility, how they move around, so forth and so on. So you'll see Wayne's chair here is quite a bit different than my chair. His chair has the locks that are somewhat different than mine. My locks are a lock that grabs the rubber on the wheels. One of the most important things of a chair is the brake. I throw a 15-pound ball, so I have two sets of brakes. I have brakes on the wheels, and then I also have brakes on the caster locks here, which prevent the front wheel from moving when you release the ball. The other thing on my chair that's different than Wayne's, Wayne has 24-inch wheels. I have 26-inch wheels. The reason for that is I've got fairly long arms, so I don't want to have to overly extend out here to get the ball down in the lanes properly. Okay? With Wayne, Wayne has an arm on his chair that he can turn and remove as he bowls. That way he has his free mobility of his arm out here on his right side. In addition to the back of Wayne's chair versus the back of mine and many of the other bowlers, it's low, about halfway up the back, versus Wayne's comes in just below his shoulders. That gives him the stability he needs. Okay? Wayne also uses a strap across his, I'm a paraplegic. Wayne's a quadriplegic, which means that control and so forth for me is much easier than this gentleman here. So he has a strap that goes around his knees that holds his knees in place, in addition to gives him a place to set the ball so that the ball doesn't roll out of his lap when he moves to the lanes. He has foot pedals that'll move back and forth. Mine are stationary. Okay, so that's I guess the predominant difference between the two chairs. Would you say, Wayne?
Pretty much, yes. My particular chair, like you said, chair is like a good pair of shoes. It needs to fit you properly. Some of our bowlers, me and I know Al Utech, we prefer a smaller, narrower chair. The tighter we get, the more space we have to lean out and deliver the ball. Some individuals actually take the push rim off of their wheel. That gives them an extra inch or two clearance to swing the ball.
So everything is fully customizable, it sounds like, regardless of the ability of the player. Everything about the equipment, just like anybody's game, has to be customizable to the point where, like you said, the armrests are moving or the wheels are a certain size. So
very similar to going into a shoe shop and seeing 15 different pair of shoes. You go into a wheelchair shop, you'll see 15 different types of chairs. And so you have to find that given one that fits you as a given athlete in bowling on a chair.
So go ahead, Wayne.
Some of us, or some of the guys, I mean, my chair, my wheels are straight up and down. Gary's are straight up and down. Some of our guys bowl out of their everyday chair, which the wheels can be cambered, which means the wheels at the bottom are out further than the top. You have to swing around that, you know, and these, a lot of the paras, the good paras have that, and they can swing around the ball with their stability, you know, balance issues that they have, the good balance issues.
So being a coach of every level of player, I see the same parallels you guys are talking about with any other type of player. The customization of the equipment, not just the fit of how it goes on the hand. We'll talk about that here shortly, but specifically the chair. When we see someone in a chair and perhaps they're just not even competing, but just in a chair, The athletic chairs versus just a chair that someone uses to get around obviously are different pieces, but you guys are even talking about more detail specifically. So the customized athletic chairs now, those, I mean, you talk about going in and seeing 15 pairs of shoes on a wall somewhere, or 15 types of chairs. Are there differences, obviously, between somebody's normal chair that they're just moving around in day to day versus an athletic chair, which we would have specifically for the bowling? And you guys are talking specifics for you guys, but are there major differences in those types of chairs?
Yes, like my everyday chair, I have a cambered.
Okay.
I sit a little lower.
Right.
It's a little seat's a little low. Right now, I'm sitting on a foam cushion.
Yep.
It helps steady me, balance-wise.
Sure.
Because my balance is not as great as Gary's.
Sure.
Or a paraplegic.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said, it's cambered. I do ride around on air tires.
Mm-hmm.
My bowling chair, I have solid inserts in.
Okay.
Because then I don't have to worry about tire pressure.
Sure.
Don't have to worry about the brakes slipping because of tire pressure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just get the brakes snugged up to your wheels.
Yep.
So when you put your wheels on, your chair is locked and it's not moving. And like Gary says, his caster locks for his front wheels
Mm-hmm.
helps keeps the chair straight.
Right.
Because when you do swing your ball back, what you're doing is you're torquing. Everything is going to go to the right if you're a right-hander.
Sure.
And the lock the caster wheels is an added security that
Mm-hmm.
your chair will not twist around, and then you're throwing into your chair.
Sure.
So it helps steady the chair even more when you're throwing the ball.
Yeah.
So I guess if I could to summarize what we've talked about, for those bowlers out there that are just beginning, if the chair is good for you at home, go to the bowling center and try it in that chair. You don't have to go out and buy a $2,000 wheelchair to come bowling. Number two, the most important thing about a chair is to make sure that it fits and is comfortable for you. The most important thing of a chair is to make sure the brakes are extremely stable and up to date. Because if a chair moves, it doesn't matter what size chair you're in. Once you bring the ball through the shot, that chair is going to move.
Sure.
You need to make sure that it's stabilized.
Absolutely.
And another thing, for the quadriplegic side,
Mm-hmm.
or guys with less balance than some of these other guys, when I throw the ball, I reach around and hook my arm
Mm-hmm.
on the chair
Sure.
and throw the ball, because I don't have grip in my hands.
Right.
Paraplegics will, go ahead, hang on to their rim.
Yeah, what I'll do is come around and I will grab the right side.
Yes.
I'm a left-hander, so I'm the only person in this room that throws from the proper side of their body and throws a bowling ball.
Yeah.
But I'll grab the right wheel and bring it through. That gives me the total ability to take the 15-pounder, take it back here without falling out of the chair.
Tilt out of the chair,
So
sure.
it comes right up back here and gives me the balance that I need.
Yeah, we need to steady ourselves because of that extra weight on that one side.
Sure.
So we need to hang on to something.
So the biggest thing overall I keep hearing is stability, and that's great. Obviously, not just in the equipment you're using, but also in your technique. And we're going to talk about technique moving forward in the video. So.
Good.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Okay.